Have you ever wondered about India's role in the United Nations and how it has evolved over the years? Let's take a step back and explore the historical perspective. India's journey with the United Nations began as early as 1945, when it became one of the founding members of this global organization. This was a significant moment, not just for India, but for the world, as the nation was still under British colonial rule at that time. In the initial years of its participation, India was a voice for the colonized and the underprivileged, advocating for their rights and freedoms on an international platform. This gave birth to a new narrative, one that underscored the importance of equality and justice in global affairs. Over the years, India's relationship with the UN has witnessed several key milestones. One of the earliest was the Kashmir issue in 1948. India took the dispute with Pakistan over the region of Kashmir to the UN Security Council, marking the first instance of the UN playing a role in the Indo-Pakistan relations. Then came the Sino-Indian War of 1962, when India sought the UN's intervention amidst escalating tensions with China. This was a crucial juncture, highlighting India's reliance on the UN for conflict resolution. Fast forward to 1971, and we see another significant event, the Bangladesh Liberation War. India played a key role in supporting the cause of Bangladesh's independence, and the UN's involvement was instrumental in ending the conflict and recognizing Bangladesh as an independent nation. These events not only shaped India's relationship with the UN, but also underscored the country's commitment to peace and international cooperation. They serve as a testament to India's belief in the power of dialogue and diplomacy in addressing global challenges. Yet, these are just a few highlights of India's long and eventful journey with the United Nations. There's much more to this story, as India continues to be an active participant in the UN's peacekeeping and development initiatives. So, India's journey with the United Nations began in 1945, and it's been an eventful one. As we delve further into this topic, we'll uncover more about India's contributions to peacekeeping and development efforts on the global stage. So stay tuned. India has been a key player in UN peacekeeping missions. But what exactly has been its contribution? For decades, India has been a beacon of peace, leading the charge in United Nations peacekeeping missions. With over 50 missions under its belt, the nation's dedication to global harmony is hard to miss. India's commitment to international peacekeeping is not just about numbers, but the numbers are indeed impressive. It's worth noting that India has contributed more than 200,000 peacekeepers over the years. That's more than any other country in the world. But what makes India's contribution truly stand out is the tangible impact it's had on the ground. Let's take a moment to delve into some key missions where India's influence has been profound. One such mission is the United Nations operation in the Congo, where India played a pivotal role. Indian peacekeepers have been praised for their professionalism in handling complex situations, and their efforts were instrumental in stabilizing the region. Then there was the mission in Sudan, where Indian peacekeepers went above and beyond the call of duty. They not only maintained peace and security, but also engaged in community-based initiatives. They set up schools, provided medical aid, and even trained local police, truly making a difference in the lives of the Sudanese people. India's contributions to peacekeeping missions are not just about maintaining peace and security. They also encompass humanitarian aid, capacity building, and fostering development in conflict-ridden areas. But these contributions have not come without a cost. Indian peacekeepers have made the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty. More than 160 Indian personnel have lost their lives serving under the United Nations flag. Each one of them is a testament to India's unwavering commitment to global peace. India's role in these missions goes beyond just being a participant. India has often taken the lead in shaping peacekeeping policies, pushing for reforms, and advocating for the rights of the peacekeepers. The nation's resolute stand on these issues has earned it a reputation as a strong and reliable partner in the international arena. India's commitment to peacekeeping is also reflected in its training programs. The Center for United Nations Peacekeeping in New Delhi is a prime example. This institution has trained thousands of peacekeepers from around the world, further cementing India's position as a global leader in peacekeeping. In conclusion, India's contributions to UN peacekeeping missions are vast and varied. They range from providing the highest number of troops to leading complex missions in conflict-ridden areas. They encompass not just maintaining peace, but also fostering development and capacity building. And most importantly, they highlight India's unwavering commitment to global peace and harmony. India's commitment to global peace is evident in its active participation in UN peacekeeping missions. India's role in the United Nations isn't limited to peacekeeping. It has also been an active participant in development initiatives. Just as a potter molds clay into a beautiful pot, India has been shaping and contributing to the development initiatives of the United Nations, molding them with its experiences and insights. One of the significant arenas where India has made a substantial impact is the Millennium Development Goals, also known as MDGs. These 8 international development goals were established following the Millennium Summit of the United Nations in the year 2000. India, with its vast population and diverse challenges, played a vital role in shaping these goals. It emphasized the need for a holistic approach that would tackle a range of issues, from eradicating extreme poverty and hunger to promoting gender equality and ensuring environmental sustainability. India's contribution to poverty eradication in particular deserves a special mention. It has shared its successful strategies of inclusive economic growth and social safety nets, which have lifted millions of its citizens above the poverty line. These strategies have informed global policies and have been adopted in various forms by other developing nations. Education is another area where India's influence is evident. The country's focus on universal primary education and equal access to education for girls has been instrumental in shaping the United Nations' educational policies. India's efforts in reducing the gender gap in education have shown the world that change is possible, even in the face of deep-rooted social norms and economic challenges. Moving to healthcare, India's role has been no less significant. The country has been a forerunner in implementing affordable and accessible healthcare models. Its successful experiences in combating diseases like polio and tuberculosis have made their way into United Nations strategies for global health. Moreover, India's pharmaceutical industry has been a game changer in global health, providing affordable generic drugs to treat diseases like HIV/AIDS. This has not only saved millions of lives, but also demonstrated a new path for affordable healthcare, a path that the United Nations is keen to tread. Fast forward to the year 2015, the United Nations adopted the Sustainable Development Goals, building on the success of the MDGs. And once again, India was at the forefront. The country's commitment to these 17 goals reflects its belief in sustainable development as a global responsibility. India's approach to development is multifaceted, involving economic growth, social inclusion, and environmental sustainability. This approach is mirrored in the Sustainable Development Goals, demonstrating the influence India has on the global development discourse. India has been a driving force in various UN development initiatives, reflecting its commitment to global progress. And as we look to the future, India's role in shaping the United Nations development initiatives is set to grow, driven by its belief in a world where development is not just a goal, but a reality for all. So what does all this tell us about India's role in the United Nations? It's a question that prompts us to comb through the annals of history to understand the depth and breadth of India's engagement with this global organization. From the moment India stepped into this international arena, it became an active participant in the pursuit of global peace and prosperity. It wasn't just about having a seat at the table. It was about making a difference, about shaping the narrative of progress and unity. Let's recall India's significant contributions to peacekeeping missions. A staggering 160,000 Indian peacekeepers have served in more than 40 UN missions since the 1950s. They've braved some of the world's most volatile regions, demonstrating an unwavering commitment to maintaining peace and security. Their efforts have not only brought stability to strife-torn regions, but have also painted India as a responsible global player. Now, let's turn our attention to India's role in development initiatives. India has been at the forefront of championing sustainable development and poverty eradication. Its initiatives, such as the International Solar Alliance and the Coalition for Disaster-Resilient Infrastructure, showcase its leadership in promoting renewable energy and climate resilience, not just within its borders, but globally. By leveraging its influence in the United Nations, India has managed to steer conversations towards these critical issues. The significance of these contributions cannot be overstated. They have shaped India's global image, portraying it as a nation that is not just a recipient of international aid, but also a key contributor to global peace and progress. India's journey with the United Nations is a testament to its commitment to global peace and progress. It's not just about what India has gained from the UN, but also about what it has given back. This symbiotic relationship between India and the UN underscores the essential role of international cooperation in addressing the world's most pressing issues.